Hello, Coach.
Hey, morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm great. Just trying to catch this link, but I thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk with you.
Thank you to you for giving us your time, Coach.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
we just got wanna have you here to explain us what happened with the team and why are you leaving the team?
Basically, it's just been a lot of confusion from myself as did this organization really want me there, or was I just used to bring players in? And in my personal opinion, I think that's why I was there. I did a lot of work since October of 2022. I've been consistently in communication with a lot of players, in communication with just getting players to come to this team. Being named the coach there, it brought a lot of excitement into the region that I live in currently. I've been coaching football for quite a while, and it was just a lot of miscommunication at one point. As far as this week, this past couple of weeks, I really didn't have a defensive coordinator, and I had been stressing to them, I need a defensive coordinator. I need someone to help me be able to win games, and they never did that. They never were able to get the person that I wanted out there to help me, to control the defense and put me in positions to win games. And it seems like they never really cared to push the agenda to win. And I felt, uncomfortable after a while. They were having random guys come in to coach. I don't know a lot of Spanish, and they were bringing people in that didn't know English as well. So I kind of felt like they were slowly pushing me out after they got all of the players that I was able to bring in for them. Um, this past weekend was quite rough. Unfortunately, we lost the game, and I stressed to them, I needed help. I need the right personnel out there with me to coach this football team. Um, the reason why I'm not upset about leaving, I feel like I left my mark in a great way. I had some great players I was able to coach, but they just didn't want to put the players in a right position to live and be comfortable. A lot of the players never had food. A lot of the players didn't have proper housing. I actually have a player here with me right now who's supposed to be on the team, and he doesn't want to be a part of this anymore because he didn't have food for 48 hours while we were traveling. He was supposed to travel with us, but they left him off the flight, and he didn't understand why he was left off the flight. He didn't understand why they didn't have food for him, and it's just been a lot of small things that just wasn't, you know, um, fun for the players anymore. I actually have a player right now that's stuck in Mexico City because they never gave him a flight home. He never even had a flight to the game, and they lied to him. So he showed up to the airport ready to go for the game, and he had to somehow scrounge up a ticket to the game. And then on his way back, he was at the airport at 7:45 a.m. and he doesn't have a flight back. And they were basically lying to the league and saying like he was there an hour and a half late, which was a complete lie. They were basically trying to cover themselves. So, I send him money for food. I make sure he have food. The league, I talked to the commissioner. They're making sure his flight he's gonna be home tonight. But
All right.
I can almost guarantee you there's no one gonna be there to pick him up from the airport. And it's just so many things that this team they didn't want to take my advice on: getting proper housing, getting food, and getting transportation. Players having to take Ubers to practice. um, they have to use their own money for those Ubers, and it just boiled down to this organization that just wasn't ready and fit to be in a professional football league, and it just kind of pushed me away. My wife was just tired of me stressing. Again, like I said, I've had players live with me for the last 4 months, and again, I have a player upstairs in my house right now, and I'm pretty sure he wouldn't mind expressing himself on why he feels the way he feels. But that's just the biggest reason why I just I just felt overwhelmed and just tired of not being a part of something that should have been professional and, dedicated their time to the coaches' needs. I asked for a younger offensive lineman. Our offensive line is averaging the age of 37 years old. Trying to compete in a league where there's young men that are just getting out of college, and these guys are 37, 38, and 40 years old. It's just not. It just wouldn't help us at all. So um, again, that's just the biggest reason I just felt like it was just time for me to go. No one really cared about what I needed as a head coach, and it just was quite disturbing.
I understand, coach. Did you talk with someone in the league? Because you're the first American coach in the league. So I understand that the people in the league wants more exposure in the United States, and
Yes.
you're like American coach. You can be that that person who talks well about the league. So
Yes.
my question is, did you talk with someone in the league? What that the league says to you?
Well, right now, I have been discussing with them the situation. I did talk with the commissioner and he told me that he's going to do his best to fix everything that has been going on. And me not being a part of that team, I still would love to help this league. I think this league will flourish just with the right teams that are in the league. Uh, I talked to the commissioner myself, and I promised him that I can reach out to any team and I can get them the best athletes they need, NFL quality players. And if that's something I will have to do without being a coach, I am definitely willing to do that. This is not about me anymore. This is about the exposure of the league, how great this can expand. You guys can go from 10 teams to 20 teams within a year or two, and if I have the ability to help do that, I will. Not just because of my experience with the Hefes. I want to say, you know, to heck with this league. I don't want anything to do with it. I am willing to be that person, to be a partner, to be a outside person, to find the right talent for each team, to help with the drafts for American players. I am willing to do that with
That will be
with 100% of my heart and soul. That's why I'm here. I feel that God put me in a place to get young men exposure, to get them to play football in Mexico, to experience Mexico. Mexico is a beautiful place, and
great.
if I can help, I would definitely do that. And if they want my help, I'm here. So it's not about the league. It's just about my experience with one team in particular. And I've been dealing with this for 2 years. I haven't been paid by this team. Um, Last year, I didn't receive one paycheck from this team. I received out of the 6 weeks I was there, I received $200. And that's not how a league is built. The league is built off trust from the coaches, the ownership. None of the lying, none of the deception that the blind curtain that they put over the players' eyes to make them feel like a professional team when it all boils down to this one particular team has not been professional. And I truly feel sorry for the LFA because it's not their fault. It's not their fault at all. It's just certain ownerships have to understand if this wants to flourish and this wants to go from 10 teams to 15 to 20 teams, everything has to be professional down the line, including the certain organizations. And I can honestly tell you the LFA has been quite professional with myself and certain players, but certain teams, just like the team I'm just parting myself away from, it's just been quite rough for myself and players. So I definitely would love to help.
Okay, I agree, and thank you very much. We need here in Mexico, we need help from the states, and in order to be more professional in what we are doing here. Coach,
Yes, sir.
we saw a publish that you make on Facebook, and you
Hmm.
said some things that it may cause some attention, like the racism that you feel that can you talk more about this?
So again, me being a coach and I understand football and I know what it takes to win. Eventually, some of the older guys that have been in the Juarez area that have been playing football in this area, they see that I was trying to bring a different change, and it was change that they didn't want. Um, I see the competitive nature of teams in Mexico City. I see the competitive nature of teams in Guadalajara and Monterrey. You know how they actually tend to want to expand the league with multiculturalness. And for me to be named a black head coach in a predominantly Mexican league, I think that rubs some people in Juarez the wrong way. I think it rubs some of the players the wrong way. I was looking for more youthfulness in the offensive line. I have recommended that the ownership in the LFA draft. Hey, let's draft some younger linemen, some more youth to the team, and I feel like the older Mexican players in this area didn't like that. They didn't want to bring that youthfulness, and the kids these days are not, how can I say it? They're not tended to say like he's black, he's white, he's this, he's that. They look at me as, hey, that's Coach Lorenzo. And these guys look at me as that's the black coach. And I felt it, after 2 weeks ago, when one of our offensive linemen, he didn't like the way I was coaching the players. He didn't like my smiling. He didn't like that I was happy. He didn't like that I'm a coach that, like, let's go guys, we're going to do it this way. This is how I want it. We're going to do it this way. They were so rebellious to my coaching style. I have a lot of players that trust me from years of coaching. I know you saw that post, and most of those guys, they have been playing for me or have played for me over the years, and they tell me like, you're one of the best coaches I've ever had in my entire life. And I look for the youthfulness from the players. And like I said, the older players here in Juarez, they were just like, no, I don't want to change. I don't want to change, and I don't want to change. And I felt like change was needed. But again, I can't change a person's mindset on just because I'm a black coach, and just because I have the youthfulness, and me being a military veteran, I know how to grasp a person to motivate them, and they just didn't want to be motivated from me. And it hurt me. It hurt me that I had players in the game telling me that they weren't going to block because they didn't want me to look good as a coach. And that this weekend, I had a player come to the sideline and say he told us not to block for the running backs. And as you can see, it caused our running backs to be getting hit every play. And I didn't like that. I just felt like, wow, like, you guys, I'm coming here to help your city win. I'm not coming here to change your culture or anything. I'm just changing the culture of football in this area.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand, Coach, and I'm so sorry to hear that because, well, that's part of the culture here in Mexico, and you're trying to change to make some good changes, and well, that's why I'm so sorry to hear that, Coach. We don't want to take more of your time. There is something else that you want to talk to say to us, to a message you want to send to the people, to the football people, la gente de fútbol.
I just want to send a message. Coach Lorenzo loves Mexico. I had a great experience in this beautiful country. The people that I've met, the coaches that I've met, they're great men, and I just wanted to change the perspective of football in the north of Mexico. Like I said, a lot of people tell me football in the north isn't right. They don't care. They don't train as hard as Mexico City or Monterrey, and it showed. The talent in those areas are well beyond what I expected, and there's some great football players, great Mexican athletes, and I'm blessed to have that privilege to be able to witness the greatness that's in different parts of Mexico. And then again, the city of Juarez, I tried, I wanted to make a change, and I had certain people that was rebellious to it. And again, I truly apologize that um, I couldn't grasp the hearts of everybody to see that I just wanted to make a change in the culture. And I'm truly sorry. And, my heart goes out to the city. If I could have changed, the mindset of certain players, I think we would have had a awesome, maybe even undefeated season. Again, I thank you guys so much, and Viva Mexico.
Viva Mexico, Coach. Coach,
Yes,
what's
sir.
next for Lorenzo's coach?
Next for me,
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna go back into coaching college football, and even looking into coaching some high school teams in the local area, just to get my confidence back, just to get the vibe and the love back of football that I know I have, and I wasn't able to display that, unfortunately. But I'm gonna press forward and live life, and thank God just for everything He's presented to me. I truly appreciate it.
Well, Coach, well, thank you very much for your time and this program, Los Antagonistas. And we are very glad to have you here. And well, we send you the best wishes and the best energy for you in the future.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. You guys are a blessing. I truly appreciate it.
Thank you, Coach. See you
Yes,
the
sir.
next
Yes, sir. Thank you. Awesome.
one. Pues, ¿cómo ves, mi buen amigo, la tribuna manda? Según lo que nos dice el coach, pues él desde el principio del año pasado estaba teniendo complicaciones desde que comenzó a trabajar, pues tenía problemas con el tema de pagos, con el tema de elección de jugadores en el draft, e incluso durante la temporada empezó a tener problemas con jugadores que ya estaban muy viejos, que se pidió que se renovaran, jugadores que tienen su línea ofensiva, estaba diciendo que tiene un promedio de alrededor de 36, 37 años. Me parece una edad pues ya bastante avanzada y es algo que hemos venido viendo que ha sucedido en todos los equipos, ¿no? Y que se ha ido erradicando poco a poco. Parece que en Jefes no ha sido, no fue así. ¿Tú cómo lo ves?
Eh, claro, claro. Es un dato muy interesante. Sí vi ahí que escuchamos al coach que principalmente fue por buscar un cambio y ahí creo que ahí surge el debate, ¿no? Es definitivamente, y lo comentábamos antes de esta entrevista, eh, es que son jugadores profesionales, la indicación del coach se respeta, te lo dicen desde baby, vamos, todos los que estamos inmersos en este deporte, donde si el coach dice que se corren 20 yardas en la forma que él te lo dice, así se tiene que hacer y ejecutar. Creo que es interesante esa parte donde el coach menciona que hay indisciplina, porque coincide totalmente con lo que vemos en los campos, ¿no? O sea,
Ya,
podríamos tratar de ocultarlo y menospreciar la situación, pero la mejor muestra es la que se vive hoy en los campos. Tenemos a un jugador de los Raptors que le escupe a otro, ¿no? Y no vamos a entrar en polémicas donde eh, si es novato o veterano. Simplemente ese tipo de
ese
actitudes
es el más
nos hablan.
Este es el caso más sonado, pero si nos ponemos a revisar todos los partidos, en todos los partidos tenemos actitudes antideportivas, en todos los partidos hay algún expulsado, en todos los partidos tenemos
Claro,
una actitud que no es la de un profesional en el campo, ¿no? Lo estamos viendo y definitivamente ese es solo el reflejo de lo que se está viviendo adentro, de lo que se está tratando de enseñar dentro de estos equipos, ¿no? O de la manera en la que se está llevando la administración de estos equipos desde adentro.
claro, claro. Y es triste de verdad, como bien le comentas al coach, esta parte donde eh, pues incluso los jugadores le dicen que no van a bloquear y exponen a otros de sus compañeros, vamos, o sea,
Terrible.
ya, sí, sí, no nos gustaría entrar en detalles de nombres de jugadores, pero sería bueno el parteaguas de escuchar lo que dice el coach y tomarle la seriedad, no solo por parte del equipo de jefes, por parte de los equipos en la liga, y que se den cuenta cómo puede impactar este cambio o esta contratación de gente que trae un fútbol diferente y cómo no lo estamos aceptando como liga, como equipos o como jugadores, ¿no? Y pasa, o sea, vamos, eh, este ya no es un problema de la liga profesional, creo que lo vimos recientemente con el tema de este cambio de head coach de Búhos a la Liga Mayor de Burros,
Mm.
donde en ese cambio nada más hubo un sinfín de problemáticas alrededor, unos estaban de acuerdo y otros no, pero ya que eso se traslape al campo, como lo sucedido aquí en Jefes que nos comenta el coach, ya es lamentable, ¿no?
Muy lamentable porque como tú lo dijiste, exponer a tus compañeros, pues no es de
No es
caballeros,
profesional.
no es profesional y no es íntegro como persona, o sea, no puedes exponer a alguien que es de tu equipo. o sea, no va, es tu equipo, es el único que va a estar ahí a tu lado. Pero bueno,
Claro, no sé, ojalá tengamos la oportunidad de platicar con, con, con la parte encargada de jefes para ver qué tienen que decirnos. Seguramente, como bien lo comenta el coach, él cree que también pudo haber aportado más, tal vez no lo supo hacer a su forma, a su modo, y se entiende perfectamente porque no encaja con la misma cultura que nosotros, ¿no? De alguna forma, la forma que los coaches aquí encajan es porque tienen cierta carga cultural y sabes cómo dirigirte a ciertos jugadores mexicanos. Es diferente esta parte del coach extranjero, ¿no? O sea, sí fue, vamos, aplaudimos la iniciativa. No sé, escuchando la otra parte podemos tener un poquito más de claridad en el tema. ¿Qué opinas, mi Val?
yo creo que definitivamente tenemos que ver la otra parte. En todas las historias hay dos versiones. Y creo que también deberíamos de escuchar lo más interesante de, de esta, pues de lo que nos comenta el coach Lorenzo, ¿no? O sea, la parte de este choque cultural, creo que deberíamos de buscar sacarle el mayor provecho a estas diferencias, a estas diferentes cosas, esta manera de hacer las cosas diferente, ¿no? Lo que le comentaba de la exposición que va a tener la liga en Estados Unidos, del interés que está teniendo por la participación de jugadores extranjeros, creo que la liga, la LFA no lo puede dejar de lado, tiene que tomar cartas en el asunto y empezar a revisar el tema de la disciplina, porque definitivamente hemos visto muchas faltas de disciplina, como ya lo mencionamos, y a mí me llama mucho la atención que muchas de esas faltas de disciplina, muchos de esos problemas han venido por choques culturales y lo hemos visto por parte de jugadores extranjeros. La mayoría de los extranjeros son los que están teniendo problemas en el campo. Sí tenemos el caso de Raptors, pero vamos a ver la cantidad de jugadores expulsados extranjeros en estas primeras 4 semanas. Me parece que hay algo más, que no es nada más el extranjero que quiere llegar a imponer aquí porque es extranjero, sino porque hay un choque cultural y hay algo que no se está entendiendo. Creo que la liga debería de poner un poquito de atención en esa parte y evitarse pues esta mala fama, esta mala imagen, algo de lo que ya se había estado quitando la LFA, ¿no? El cuestión de pagos y esos temas. Creo que ya la LFA los había dejado atrás, los estaba sabiendo manejar bien y ahora se viene el problema con los jefes, el problema de disciplina. No sé, creo que le deberían de poner atención. Eso es lo que
No,
lo único
no,
que yo.
claro, claro, totalmente. De hecho, ya lo habíamos comentado alguna vez que platicamos aquí. Eh, es evidente que hay problemas desde la jornada uno de indisciplina entre extranjeros y mexicanos. No sé qué sucede. Obviamente dentro del campo sabemos que pues te prendes, actúas sobre la calentura de las jugadas o de las acciones, pero insistimos mucho en lo que tú comentas y en lo que tú aseguras. Son profesionales, vendría bien un trabajo, como lo comentamos en la página de la Tribuna Manda en algún momento, donde estén acercándose especialistas en la materia de psicología y estos apoyos emocionales para ver cómo lograr ese profesionalismo que tanto requieren los jugadores. Bien comentabas hace rato, hay que quitarse esa idea de que eres un jugador de mayor, ya dejaste de ser un jugador de colegial, pasaste a ser un profesional y en el estricto sentido de la palabra, así como en cualquier eh, carrera que estudiamos, cualquier profesionista, pues se entiende que hay ciertos códigos de conducta, ciertas situaciones que creo que sí son hoy pertinentes, ¿no? Bien lo comentas, es triste que se vaya el primer coach que llega a la liga profesional de fútbol americano del país con esta idea diferente de fútbol americano, que se tenga que ir en la jornada 4, que se tenga que ir por problemáticas de este tipo y que no realmente nada más pues nos hubiéramos limitado a decir, se le dieron todas las herramientas, no se dio el resultado y que incluso él se fuera satisfecho de saber que pues le faltó algo extra, ¿no? Creo que hay mucho más en el mensaje que nos deja el coach y bueno, esperemos que, como tú dices, esto cambie para bien de la liga. Eso es lo que siempre buscamos. Es nuestra liga, es nuestro fútbol americano y lo que queremos es que crezca en todos los sentidos, porque es lo que toda la comunidad quiere.
Estoy de acuerdo, estoy de acuerdo. Ahí yo creo que la palabra clave es organización y comunicación, ¿no? Es algo que está trabajando bien la liga, pero que creo que pues ahí, por ejemplo, en este caso, no lo debería dejar de lado y no debería de darle el carpetazo como se dice por ahí. Nada más quiero dejar ahí claro un dato. Ya había visto head coach americanos, dos por cierto, pero pasó en la otra liga. Fue por ahí el coach de Pioneros al principio, no recuerdo ahorita bien, Dalwich se apellidaba, él fue estuvo nada más las primeras 2 semanas con Pioneros y también por temas de organización, resultados, eh, se despidió del equipo y también los Centauros de Ciudad Juárez, precisamente, lo que me llama la atención, también tuvieron un coach americano, no recuerdo su nombre, un coach afroamericano, que cuando sale el coach Mauricio Valderrama de como entrenador en jefe de los Centauros, se queda él, que era el coordinador ofensivo, me parece, y fue el segundo entrenador americano en una liga profesional de México. Ya después viene Lorenzo, y nada más quería aclarar ahí ese dato, pero ellos dos pertenecieron a la extinta fama.
Claro, claro. Ahora, si bien es cierto, todavía hasta cuando estaba en estas dos ligas, pues había el debate de cuál era la de ascenso y cuál era la de que no, entre memes, risas y llantos. Hoy sabemos que solo hay una liga profesional. Hoy nos da gusto que así sea todos, creo. Lástima que no pudieron trabajar en conjunto porque eso hubiera dado un crecimiento eh, más acelerado que el que hoy tiene incluso. Eh, Tendrán sus razones. Siempre los egos pues son complicados de trabajar en los mexicanos, ¿no? Somos muy egocentristas todos, no lo en específico. Y bueno, ojalá, por el bien de la liga no se vuelva a repetir este tipo de situaciones con ningún coach, no importa de dónde vengan ni quién sea. Eh, que los jugadores empecemos a trabajar, ¿no? Los jugadores empiezan a trabajar en los temas eh, donde se distinga el fútbol colegial del profesional. Definitivamente.
Y esa es otra parte, ¿no? Eso que tú dices, ese es el entender que pasas de colegial a profesional es algo importantísimo en los jugadores. Definitivamente. Tribuna,
Perfecto, coach, pues nos despedimos. Hasta aquí dejamos la entrevista.
y pues gracias a toda la gente que lo vio, gracias a toda la gente que lo va a traducir. Los antagonistas siempre buscando en darle el espacio a todas las personas que a lo mejor no tienen la forma de exponer su mensaje o de decir lo que es necesario decirse en temas relacionados al fútbol americano. Para eso estamos aquí los antagonistas. Yo soy el coach Balta, estoy con mi buen amigo La Tribuna Manda. Nos vemos en la siguiente.
Hasta luego.